Hi everyone, I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Let me tell you something. Over this week, I went over 35 videos on YouTube about MGTOW criticizing the PUA community. And I still don't understand why MGTOW is doing that, because PUA, they are not criticizing MGTOW. The ones who are criticizing MGTOW is the new version of the PUAs called dating coaches. These new dating coaches are hitting hard MGTOW and hitting hard the PUAs. So I still puzzle why MGTOW is hating a community which it was created because the feminism. But pay attention to the video and you will understand better, and you will see how the new version of the teachers of seduction are criticizing the PUAs, and they are criticizing MGTOW. So why we need this war when the PUA community are with us? Why continue with this war? It doesn't make any sense unless it has been engineering from the feminist group who are attacking MGTOW. So you decide if you wanna still playing their game, or we get together and we fight together. So MGTOW, you decide that. I already did. So pay attention to the video and just tell me what's going on. Subscribe, like, comment, and let's have a talk. So long.
People are always asking me this, putting comments about this. They want to be a pickup artist. This is something that people want to do. They're like, hey man, how do I become a pickup artist? Woo! What are you, fucking retarded? Okay, when you were born, okay, at no point between your birth and where you are now did you want to be a pickup artist. That's not what you wanted, okay? That's a concept that's been thrown upon you. Like, hey, fucking there's pickup and you can bang every chick you want to, and there's strategies and tactics, blah, 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 blah. All bullshit, okay? What you wanted was to become good with women. That's what you wanted. You wanted a girlfriend, or you wanted sex, or you wanted companionship, or whatever one of the million things you can get if you get good with women. But you wanted to get good with women, okay? So get that pickup artist shit out of your head. It's fucking bullshit, okay? Pickup artist implies manipulation. It implies being something that you're not, being somebody that you're not, okay? It implies tricking girls into bed, using fucking routines, and essentially doing everything you can to avoid bettering yourself as a man and as a human being and becoming who you really are, which is a fucking awesome person with the potential to do and feel and just become whoever the fuck you want to be, and become attractive to women, okay? To know yourself and know what you want, and to become fucking good with women and end up with a girl that you really fucking care about. That's what you want, okay? So forget about pickup artistry. It's a bunch of fucking hoopla, and it has been from the beginning, okay?
Today's video, we're having a brutally honest conversation about PUA, about the pickup industry, and about what will happen to you if you just become one of these guys that immerses yourself in pickup and let it take over your life, and why that is an extremely unhealthy thing to do, and why you're likely to replace all those negative habits and beliefs with even worse things that will take over, control your life, and make you despise yourself to a higher degree. Now, just as kind of an upfront note, I'm not making sweeping generalizations about everyone who says they're a PUA. There are some PUAs that are doing good things in the world and have done good things in the world. So this is just my experience, and this is just what I think as an industry as a whole, the beliefs that it perpetuates, and it creates these cycles of beliefs. And really, for me, instead of addressing the root cause of like maybe why you're not successful with women or you don't have the dating life you want, it replaces that with something else. So another addiction almost.
Confession time. About 4 years ago, when I was having trouble with women before I found dating coaches, I was fucking red pill for a little short period of time. But I'm gonna tell you something. There's a reason why I let that shit go. I'm about adaptation, not about bitching and whining. And all that bitching and whining on videos about female nature, fuck that shit. I'm about adaptation. And all these MGTOW videos about women behavior and shit like that, I ain't with that bullshit. Women about resources. Get you some resources, sell that bitch a dream, fuck that bitch to sleep, and then dump that bitch to the side of the road. The fuck I'm seeing all these motherfucking crying ass videos about female nature. Oh, if I lose my job, they'll lose me, and they use us for dates. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that shit. I found out about female nature. I learned about they love resources. I went out and got me a nice car. I started dressing nice. I sell these bitches a dream. I dick them down, and then I toss them to the side of the road. Motherfucker, I was red pill. Motherfucker, I was MGTOW for about a year. And then I said, you know what? You know what? It's a good old saying. When you mad at somebody, the people that you mad at don't even know or care that you mad at them. Women don't give a fuck that you motherfuckers on this internet bitching and crying all day. They still gonna fucking do what the fuck they wanna do. So why you on here making these motherfucking MGTOW videos and red pill videos about female nature? We all know they tramps and sluts. What the fuck that supposed to mean? So what you gonna do about it? You gonna keep crying and bitching? Or what you gonna do about it? Okay, women like resources. Go out and get you a nice car. Go out and get you some nice clothes. Dig that bitch down and toss her ass to the side of the road.
Breaking out of the mold, thinking outside the box, breaking out of the hierarchy. This is stage orange. This is probably where you're at. And if you can see, the pickup community is really glorifying this whole stage orange. And in fact, and this is not something that's unique to the pickup community, but what the pickup community does is it glorifies stage orange by demonizing stage blue. Because orange arose out of blue, and now what orange does is it demonizes blue. And it talks about how people that are stuck in blue, how they're very shallow and closed-minded, and they don't really understand, and that there's this new level they could rise to, right? Isn't that kind of what you tell your friends who are stuck at blue? It's like, dude, wake up, become an individual, take control of your life. Look at all this cool stuff you can develop for yourself. You can grow yourself. You can get the kind of woman you want. You can get the kind of house you want. You can get the kind of life you want, right? This is kind of the pickup vision, the pickup dream. But I have some news for you. And the news is that there is something beyond stage orange. And that would be stage green. What's very interesting, and this is again not unique to the pickup community at all, but that every organization or individual who is at one of these stages is blind to the existence of all the other stages And in fact, what they do is they actively demonize the stage directly below them and, of course, the stage directly above them. This allows them to maintain homeostasis in the current stage that they're at. And this is exactly what pickup does. Pickup not only demonizes blue, but it also demonizes green. What is stage green? Stage green is the relationship stage. This is the stage where human beings start to relate with each other in a more authentic and compassionate way. Instead of shallow materialism and success and achievement orientation, what you have at stage green is actual genuine compassion for other individuals. Your sphere of concern expands so that now not only do you care about yourself and your family and your friends, but you also start to care about the general world at large. You start to care about society. You start to care about other cultures. You start to care about being fair and even and balanced with the different perspectives that people have. You start to recognize the validity of not just your perspective, but also the perspectives of other cultures and other tribes and other human beings and other genders. You start to really value authentic relationship. A really good stereotype for stage green is the hippie. The hippie is prototypical stage green. What does the hippie want? The hippie doesn't want money. The hippie wants love. The hippie wants peace. The hippie wants to save the whales, to protect animals, to protect the environment. He's concerned about global warming and the polar bears, their ice, the ice melting under the polar bears' feet and them sinking and drowning. He's concerned about these kinds of things. And what he's doing here is he's kind of developing this larger sense of compassion for the world and for other living beings. Now, what the pickup community does is it actually demonizes this stage green. And of course, it doesn't believe that stage green is above it. It believes that stage green is below it. And in fact, it kind of lumps stage green and stage blue together and calls all those people chodes or chumps or nice guys. Those are the guys who can't get laid. Those are the guys who aren't cool. It's not cool to be compassionate. It's not cool to be caring. It's not cool to be a good human being. It's not cool to be nice. This is all chump behavior. This doesn't get you laid. Women don't like it. Women don't respond nicely to it. In fact, they generally mistreat you. They don't get you what you want if you act this way. So all of that is kind of demonized and put to the side. And then what's glorified is stage orange. And actually, it's not possible, actually. Because what you're doing when you're talking to lots of girls, yes, you're developing these nice skills for talking to girls and you're developing a sense of confidence, but still fundamentally that confidence that you're developing is predicated upon you being really good with girls. It's not really a true core confidence. And what you find with good pickup guys, even who, bang really hot girls in large quantities, is you find that they're actually insecure inside. You find that actually they have a low self-esteem. You find that actually, they're not as confident as they seem when you see them talking to a girl. They're not confident across the board. Because what's happened is that they haven't addressed the real root issue of that emotional pain they had when they entered pickup. They thought that just having sex and getting good with girls will address that emotional wound, but actually it never will. That's something you need to do a lot deeper personal development work on to actually fix. That's like shit that you need to go to therapy for, or get life coaching on, or do very serious meditation and contemplation work on. Okay, so that was that point. Another problem with pickup, and the reason that mainstream society frowns upon pickup, is that it's fundamentally disrespectful to women. A lot of collateral damage and a lot of blindness with PUA guys about how much collateral damage they do to women. Now, I'm not saying that all pickup guys hurt women. That's not true. Women have fun with you and all that sort of stuff. That's fine. But still, you cannot deny that the way in which you relate to women causes quite a bit of collateral damage. Not only that, but also what I'm going to claim is that the pickup community at large is like a conspiracy of blindness towards this suffering. The extent of this suffering is reduced, it's excused away, and it's rationalized away. And one of the really common ways that's done is by saying, well, women are so emotional, they're so illogical, there's no point in reasoning with them, they're just like stupid, just stupid girls, it doesn't really matter. It's like, oh, she would have broke up with that guy anyways, it doesn't really matter, this kind of stuff. That's what I'm talking about. What do I mean by collateral damage? Well, it's all the emotional suffering that you cause to women. Like when you pressure a woman to sleep with you even though she doesn't really want to, and then she regrets it the next morning. Or it's when you're flirting with a girl who has a boyfriend and you clearly know she has a boyfriend, but you flirt with her anyways. Maybe you have sex with her, maybe you don't. Either way, you're kind of encroaching on that territory and you're causing some collateral damage in that relationship. Or when you have sex with a girl and you make her your girlfriend, but then you still have other girls you're seeing on the side, and you're not being honest with her that you're seeing other girls, and you just kind of either lie about it or just ignore it and are blind to it, and then that causes her a lot of emotional suffering that you deny. Or when you get into a relationship with a girl, the way that you run that relationship is affected by your pickup training and your pickup mindsets, and then that causes a lot of collateral damage in the relationship. So it's this kind of collateral damage I'm talking about. Another problem with this point about disrespecting women is that there's really no concern for the woman's agenda. This is the fundamental selfishness I was talking about, the narcissism. So it's like, how do I get everything that I want and make the woman accept it? You don't have a genuine interest in the woman's affairs. You don't really care about her. You care about her only to the extent that she is a puzzle piece that fits into your life. So again, it's like, I don't care what she's doing tomorrow. I don't care if we have sex all night and then, tomorrow she's going to be late for work. I don't care about that. Screw that. Or it's like, if she's in the club with her friends at a bachelorette party and her friends want her to stay there with her for the night, but you want to like sneak her off to have sex with her in your hotel room, then what you tell yourself is like, well, it doesn't matter if I steal her from her friends, and that's okay. We'll just kind of sneak off. It'll be all a little secret and it'll be fun and she'll enjoy it and it's going to be all good. And yeah, maybe she will enjoy it to a certain degree, but also you got to understand that still you're breaking the woman's agenda. You got to understand that as a man, because you are the leader and the woman is kind of the follower, and that's kind of the biological dynamic that we are dealing with, that women do follow strong men. And if you're the kind of guy who's just going to be leading her to hell, she kind of will follow you there. Right? And this is where, a lot of women, they get into trouble, because what happens is they start dating an asshole, and then this asshole really starts taking advantage of her. And since she's used to leading, she just kind of follows and goes along with it. And she's not realizing that this guy does not give a fuck about her agenda. He's not looking out for her. He's not really a true leader. See, a true leader actually cares, genuinely cares about the agenda of his followers. That is not you. That is not a pickup guy. A pickup guy generally doesn't care. That's a problem.
Hey, this is Leo for actualized.org. And in this video, I want to talk about why women fall for assholes. So do women fall for assholes or what? This is a fun topic. I like thinking about this stuff. I like thinking about any kind of female attraction or dating type of topics. It's just fascinating to me. I want to cover this because I have some ideas about it, because I've talked to so many women. I've tried to hit on so many women, literally thousands of women, that I think I have a little bit of insight into this topic. But I'm sure some women have a different perspective on this, but we'll see where it goes. So basically, here's my thinking on this idea. Women do fall for assholes. I've encountered this. I've actually encountered it through my coaching too. I coach people professionally, right? And I find this where a woman will fall for a guy who she knows is not the right guy for her, who she knows is the bad guy, who she knows she should not be in a relationship with, but then she simply can't break that off. Cannot break it off. And it's baffling to me. Not only that, but it's kind of scary, right? It's kind of scary that a guy can have such a hold over a woman. And I've just experienced in various relationships that I've been in that this kind of effect happens, and just from all the different stuff that I've studied and all the people that I've talked to and clients that I've coached. So here's my theory about how this works. It's actually pretty simple. So here's what happens. A woman in a man, what is she attracted to? She's attracted to confidence, she's attracted to assertiveness, she's attracted to status, and she's attracted to edginess, and she's attracted to a certain sense of indifference in the man. Now, a lot of times a woman won't want to admit this. She won't admit it to herself, she won't admit it to other people, she'll challenge me on it, right? But the fact is that this is universally what women like. I mean, I didn't want to believe this. When I started out a few years ago and I was just studying, how to get a girlfriend, I wanted to try to get better and better with women because I was really bad. I did not want to believe this. I was a total nice guy, total chode nice guy, right? I would supplicate to the woman, I would try to do everything to please her, and of course, no woman ever would want to date me or be receptive to that. Women hate that. They run away from it because what it does is it subcommunicates low status and low value. A woman wants a high value guy. She wants a guy who is higher value in her eyes, at least. She perceives the guy to be higher value than her. And for her, what that means in a guy is that he is assertive, he's dominant, he's edgy, he's brash, he's got options with lots of girls, and he's indifferent. A lot of these characteristics, there's a problem with it, because these are characteristics that create an asshole, right? So at the same time, the girl loves these characteristics because they demonstrate masculinity, they demonstrate a lot of confidence and authority and a lot of status and a lot of value in a man. But it's also the case that a lot of times the men who are the most assertive, who are the most dominant, who are the most edgy, who are the most indifferent, and who have the most options with women, they're socially proved, then those guys are the biggest dicks of the whole population. And so if a woman is looking and screening guys really, really hard on these criteria, and she's looking for the guy who maxes out each one of these stats, you might say. I almost think about it like an RPG game. Like a guy has stats, right? You've got assertiveness, dominance, edginess, indifference, social proof with other girls. And if you're maxed out on all of those, then man, you're going to do really well with women. But with those characteristics also come certain drawbacks, certain character defects, you might say, which then come back to bite the woman in the ass. Except it's interesting how this works, because here's how it works. A woman is at a bar, a nightclub, maybe she's in a cafe, guy comes to chat her up, right? If he comes in there and he's very weak, no assertiveness, no confidence, he's mumbling, he's shy, he's insecure, he doesn't have strong eye contact, he has bad body language, he's done. He's not getting anywhere with that girl. If a guy comes in there, he's witty, he's charismatic, he's very assertive, he instantly assumes rapport with that woman even though she's a total stranger. He just has the ability to assume complete rapport with her. He has the ability to get very physical very quickly with her. He has the ability to be edgy. He has the ability to be adventurous and brash. He has the ability to say whatever he feels like without giving a shit what she thinks or anybody else thinks. He's very icy, he's chill, he's almost carefree, like he doesn't care about anything. He doesn't care if he gets this girl or he doesn't, because he feels like he has so many options with other girls. He feels like he's very sexy, he feels very confident in himself, he loves the way he looks, he's very arrogant in himself, he thinks like he's the shit. That kind of guy, if he comes up to a girl, bar, club, cafe, wherever, she's gonna fall in love with him, like very, very quickly. It's scary how quickly this happens. I know because I used to be the former guy, and now I've really been building myself up into this latter guy. And man, the difference is enormous. It's enormous. It's almost obnoxious how enormous this difference is. And for a long time, I didn't want to believe it. Because when you're a nice guy, you want the girl to like you. And you want to rationalize in your mind that, well, I'm a nice guy. I want to do nice things for the girl. Yes, I'm a little bit shy. Yes, I'm a little bit supplicating to her. But she should like that because I'm doing stuff for her. And even women will think that this is what they want in a man. And maybe this is what they want later in the relationship with a man. But this is not what they're attracted to. What they're attracted to is that asshole. He doesn't strictly have to be an asshole, but it just so happens that a lot of times the asshole is the one who is the most assertive, the most dominant, the most edgy, the most brash, the most indifferent, and he's also a player because when he's that way, he's got so many options with girls, he doesn't care about any particular girl. And what a girl is actually attracted to is that. Even though a girl is not attracted to a player per se, a girl is never going to be like, oh, you screwed 100 girls, so that's really sexy to me. No, a girl will never think that. But she's attracted to all these qualities: assertiveness, dominance, cockiness, edginess, and independence from outcome. Right? The guy, when he's talking to the girl, has to literally not care whether he gets her or not. If he goes in there with that kind of attitude, then his chances of getting her are exponentially higher than if he comes in there acting needy and desperate and really needing her for sex or love or companionship or whatever else. Well, what kind of guy is totally indifferent to whether he gets the girl or not? Is that a guy who has very little sexual experience, or a guy who has enormous sexual experience? It's a guy who has enormous sexual experience. So even though a girl in her mind, logically, she's not going to say, yeah, I want a guy with lots and lots of sexual experience. In practice, that is what you're saying as a woman. If you're looking and screening guys very hard for these kind of very masculine characteristics. Because the way you develop those is by banging lots of girls. The guys that have those characteristics, they bang lots of girls because girls love them so much, and it's so easy. It's ridiculously easy. And of course, the guys that don't have those characteristics, they're really struggling because they're not getting the girls. They're really struggling to find those kinds of girls.
So he says, and so back to men going their own way. I mean, I looked into it, I read up on it, and it's basically a bunch of guys who have decided that the downside risk of dating and interacting with women is just too great. So they've chosen to abstain and not be involved with women, or from time to time to get hookers. Well, I actually like women, and I coach other men who like women and like interacting with them and having normal, healthy relationships. I mean, the bottom line is the only way I was able to get to this place that I am in life is because I went through a hell of a lot of rejection, and I spent thousands and thousands of hours interacting with women, dating women, making love to women, being in relationships with them over many, many years. I mean, I'm 46, I'm going to be 47 in a couple of months. When I was 20, 21 years old, I didn't have a fucking clue what I was doing. But anything in life, whatever you're not good at, you have to work at it to become better. And I'm a coach for people who want my help getting what they want. And you can quit, you can give up, you can just say women are too much of a pain in the ass. I get emails from guys, I see it on my YouTube channel. Oh, Corey, when it comes to self-help and, achieving your goals and dreams, I'm going to listen to you. But when it comes to dating women, I've gone full MGTOW and I'm just not going to date. Okay, well, great. That's more women for the rest of us. I like those odds. It's like if your solution is to not participate because it's just too hard, well, and you want to be a quitter, okay, whatever. I don't fucking care if that makes you happy and that fulfills you, great. But the bottom line is when a hot-ass fucking beautiful woman comes walking by in those tight pants, and you're going to feel some urges. And it's like, if you want to just bury those urges and ignore them and pretend they don't exist and just say, oh, well, it's just too hard, or the downside risk is too great, so I'm not going to participate, whatever. Again, I'm all about teaching self-reliance, and I'm interested in helping people who want to learn from me and who want to apply this stuff and get better. And those that don't, whatever floats your boat. If it makes you happy, do more of it. And if it ain't working for you, obviously, you need to change your approach. So to me, looking at this particular movement, it's like, that's not for me. I mean, I want to get better. And I coach people who want to get better. And if you want to give up and just say, fuck it, I'm not going to try anymore, that's not really a solution. But, that's okay. That's your choice. I mean, it's the same thing that people do in their careers. My job sucks, but there's nothing I can do about it. I got to go to work for an asshole. My parents work for assholes. My grandparents work for assholes. And that's just the fucking way it is. Okay? Well, don't complain when things don't go the way you want. Don't complain when you just kind of go with the flow in life and never really go after what you want because you think it's somebody else's responsibility. I mean, a lot of these guys seem to be waiting for things to change with women and women to come kick their door down and beg them to spend time with them, and then maybe they'll start participating with them. But you're going to die an old, lonely person if that's your attitude. It's like the old Rush song. Even if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice.
Round 8. Oh, I like this round. Yep. This is my round. Guys, I hope you understand, the video. I just show you the difference between dating coaches and the PUA community. There is a big difference. As you notice, dating coaches, they attack, they demonize the PUA community and the MGTOW community. So I hope you understand, the difference, because that way we will end the war between MGTOW and the PUA community, which they are not against MGTOW at all. So it is very important to make the difference, because they are with us. They are not against us. The PUA's community, they were before MGTOW. They are the effect of the feminism. But I will show you that video later on. Like I said before I leave, I really hope you understand the difference. So the weekend is over. Have a nice week, and we will talk later. So peace out. MGTOW.